friends.
You did?
Yes. I had a boyfriend, and I think, no, he was Jewish. But I had friends
Yeah.
who were non-Jewish.
And Celia, I know my mother didn't go to school, so I'm surprised to hear that you and Frida and Rose all went even through high school. Do you have any idea why my mom never went to
Oh,
school?
she went to school, Jeannie.
No.
Not
Yeah.
much.
Wasn't it just
Not
like
As
the
far as
third
I know,
grade?
Yeah, because then she went
She
to,
did go to school.
right, she went to just elementary school.
But not just third grade.
Yeah, but then she went to Vienna.
At that, when she was
Not
No,
that young.
little?
No, she wasn't that young.
How old was Aunt
So
Jenny
given
when
that
she
they
left?
went to school,
To
what
Go to
happened?
Vienna.
Let's
I
do
don't
one.
remember her exact age,
About.
but she was quite young.
Was she a
She
teenager?
was quite young.
Was she a teenager?
Yes.
So do you have any idea why she stopped going to school? Why Jenny
No.
stopped? No.
I don't
think
know
she might have
why.
gone
But
to
I
about
think
Mama.
she
sixth
did
grade.
a required amount.
Yeah. I
She
think so,
did.
too.
Do it.
I think she might have gone up to sixth grade or something. But I think she had trouble in school.
Yeah, I don't remember her. That I don't remember.
Because I think she mentioned that it was hard for her because of the Yiddish and the Polish.
So do you remember any of your friends from those days?
Yeah.
Do you remember
well,
their?
they were all in Hashoma Hatzayir with me,
Do you remember specific people?
except the Polish.
Can you tell us about any of your friends, their names and?
And I don't remember names,
No.
except my boyfriend, Yosek.
Tell us a little bit more about him.
We were very, very close friends. Because of me, he attended Hashoma Hatzayir. And I remember taking beautiful walk with him by the river. And an awful lot of correspondence when I arrived in the United States. Wrote to me every day.
In what language?
Polish.
Polish, not
Yeah.
Yiddish.
No. We corresponded in Polish. And I wish I had them. They were the most beautiful and filled with, at that young age, we loved each other.
What did he look like? Do you remember what he looked like?
The most handsome guy. Very, very handsome.
So what happened with the relationship, or do you know what happened to him?
Well, he eventually died in the Holocaust, but our relationship stopped when Hitler came in.
I mean, you corresponded with him for a number of years, actually?
Yes, not after Hitler came.
No, but until,
Before, we corresponded very, very often. Beautiful letters that eventually, so much to my regret and horror, my husband burned all that.
Yeah.
yeah, you came to, you left Poland when? I forgot what,
1927.
1927.
How old were you?
I was about 13 years old.
Well,
So-
was he going to come to America? Was
That
his
was
plan?
our plan.
You were waiting for him to get enough money to come to
No,
America?
I was going to send the money.
And then Hitler came and you never heard from him?
No, correspondence stopped.
And in the first interview, Sylvia told us that when she
Louder than it.
in Israel, somebody looked up his name at Yad Vashem
Yes,
and
I
found
saw
that he had
it in
died of a
Israel.
Holocaust.
Yeah, and he was among the dead.
Yeah.
When did you learn he had died? How were you already married when you learned he died?
I don't remember that.
I think
Didn't
it
you
was-
always think, well, what if he's alive? You still love that guy, but you're marrying this other guy?
No, that life wasn't for me anymore.
You turned American.
Yeah,
Yeah, but even before your dad, she had a boyfriend, so.
Well, also that was a long time before though, because,
What's that?
right, if.
It was a long time before,
Yeah,
that's
was.
right,
Yeah.
that's right. Tell us a little bit more about, besides your house, the neighborhood in which do you remember the neighborhood and the neighbors and?
Well, yes, there was, right next to us was the most beautiful house. Polish people lived there, but they were the nicest neighbors, in spite of the fact, religion.
Were these the ones that took you in? That you said that there was a family because your mother wasn't around very
No.
much.
That was another family, a couple. Actually, they were the butchers of the town.
And they spent a lot of
And
time
they
with
were
you.
childless. And they loved me. Not, they hated all my siblings. But me they loved.
Why do you think, why was it different with you?
I don't know why. I just know how they treated me. And if they thought that my parents didn't treat me just right, they would come in and grab me over to the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they Jewish?
Yes, they were Jewish. And they became, later on, they became helpless. What do you call it when you can't walk anymore?
Disabled.
Yeah, disabled. But I spent more time there than I felt very sorry for them. And I spent more time with them.
Do you remember their names?
No.
No.
Oh, Rivke. Her name Rivke. I don't remember his name. But he had a very, very beautiful long beard. He was a beautiful looking man. Completely confined to his bed. He couldn't walk at all. But he had some very nice relatives who came over and took care of him.
What else do you remember about your neighborhood or the town? Would you walk around and do?
Yes, I did, because my mother had friends who owned businesses in the middle of the town. And when my father was away, she spent all her time with her friends. And I used to go and see her, and she would give me some money to go and buy candy, ice cream.
So your mother had friends who owned. So these were women.
Yes,
Women who owned their own businesses.
there were, yes,
They owned the businesses or their husbands?
there was no husband.
Oh.
What kind of businesses?
One had an ice cream store, another one had shoes, and someone else had general merchandise.
Did you have a favorite store? Did you have a favorite store?
No,
that you liked to
wherever
go to?
my mother was, that's where I went.
What were your favorite places to go in your town? You mentioned the river.
We went hiking a lot. I loved that.
So the town is there was a town, but right outside the town there was lots of trails and was it
Yeah.
mountains and hills?
Beautiful.
No.
Were there any restaurants?
No, I don't remember. I don't think so, except like the ice cream store. Then they had mostly desserts.
And did they serve coffee, cappuccinos and stuff?
No, they didn't have it at
That's
that
pretty
time.
modern.
But they sold drinks, yeah.
What about a temple? Was there a temple in the
There
town?
was a very, very tiny temple about a block and a half away from my house. And that's where we went to worship.
Did you like going to temple? Do you remember?
It was a nice experience. They gave us, candy and stuff.
Is that where the Hebrew school was, by at the temple too, or the
No,
Cheder?
no,
No,
it happened to be, but there were private homes
where you went.
where you're there.
So when you went to America, when you left for America, your father was already there, right?
6 years.
Yeah. So did he come back to get you, or did
He
he just?
didn't have to come back and get
He
us.
just sent the money.
Oh, whatever was necessary, the documents, the money.
So he was already 6 years. He left
And
six.
with my brother.
Right. So who actually went to America?
All of us, except
You
Frida.
and Murray
Yeah,
and,
and
who else?
Rose.
And Rose.
And
Not
Frida.
But Frida
But
didn't
she was
go.
delayed afterwards.
Yeah, she came separately. So there were just 3 of you who went on the boat.
I guess so. Yeah.
And where did you go from? Where did you leave from? Like you took a train
To Warsaw.
to Warsaw.
You had to leave from Warsaw. You went through grueling experience, customs.
They weren't nice.
Well, they were very thorough. My mother was almost delayed, but my father bribed somebody, and she was able to enter the United States. She had a very bad eye.
Yeah, and Celia described this in the first tape. Before we jump to leaving Poland, though, tell us a little bit about your relationship with your sisters. Was there one sister or another that you were closer to?
Both of them, Frida and Rose, took complete care of me. They cooked for me, they dressed me. Rose used to go on vacations, and she would take me with her.
Where would she go?
We went to the mountains.
She would go by herself.
Jenny Grosinger.
No, they're talking about Poland, not New York.
Okay.
Back in Poland, yeah.
Oh,
Back in
Back
Poland.
in Poland, there were places where you went on vacation.
Where?
Well, I don't remember the name of the town,
Tarnow.
but it was strictly for that purpose.
How about Tarnow? Did you ever go to, not that far?
I went, but that had nothing to do, I don't remember for what reason. My mother had to go to Tarnow, and she took me with her.
Wait, is that where the records were? Yeah, that's why. That's where all the documents were.
Yeah,
That's, yeah.
probably,
yeah.
probably.
That's where the birth
Krakow.
certificates and,
In Krakow, she had to go for some document, and she took
Yeah.
me with her.
How was that trip?
Oh, I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
And you had your mother all to yourself.
Well, I don't know if that mattered to me or not. I just enjoyed the trip. Going on a train was an adventure.
And did you have electricity in your house?
I can't hear.
Did you have electricity in your house?
No, we didn't have electric that time.
Mhm.
It was all candles.
It was all.
And those lamps.
Kerosene?
Yeah,
And how about floors? Did you have, what was the floor made of?
wood.
You had wood floors?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
there were no rugs. Wood floors.
so you remember you remember Aunt Rose, your sisters Rose and
Freedom.
Frida, but my mother you were very young when my mother went to Vienna, right?
She came to visit us.
She came back, but
Yeah.
you were very young when she left to live
Yes,
in
yeah,
Vienna.
yeah.
So you didn't remember her as well, because you didn't
No, well, I remember her when she was visiting.
when she was visiting,
Yeah.
but not really living with you so
No.
much.
No.
Yeah, I think she must have left for Vienna when she was around maybe 11 or 12, very young.
Very young.
Because she left before, she was 15 when your father went to the United States, and she was already in Vienna by then.
Yeah,
She was young.
my father was very
My mother
Very
was in
good dog.
Vienna, yeah, my mother was already